going to call this meeting to order. Good morning, Division Directors of District 220. Welcome, one and all. I am Augusta Inniss. I am your incoming District Director for the new District 220. We're happy to have each and every one of you here. But before we start this session, I want to do some introduction, all right? First, I'd like to introduce you to our Program Quality Director, Jill Vanderweit. And Jill will be presenting later on today, so you'll get the opportunity to hear from her. Then we also have Kimbaley Williams, our Club Growth Director. We're excited to have these two ladies on the team because I know we're going to do great things this round. Now I want to go around and have you say your name and your division so that each of you will know who's who, okay? So since I'm over here, I'm going to start right here. Your name and your division, please.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Andrea Chiu. Maybe some information for you. Chiu in Chinese means scarlet red. And I just got married last year, and my husband is also from a very colorful family. He's green. So maybe sometime this year when I transition from red to green, it's not spam email, it's just me. My division is Division D, mostly in the Foggy Bottom area. I'm looking forward to hear more from you and working with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you for adding that one fun fact. If you all could add a fun fact about yourselves too. Thank you.
Fun fact. Good morning, everybody. My name is Kathy Malari. I am the incoming Division B for Best Director. And my area is actually where we are right now, Silver Spring. So there is at least one club that is virtual, but a lot of the clubs in my area are where we are right now. And my fun fact is I very rarely travel without a knitting project. So I get nervous or I'm waiting around. It's like I'm always knitting on something fun, something easy. To you, Desmond.
Desmond Aberdeen. I'm a part of Division F. I'm the division director for that. My fun fact is the next 5 years is me just living my life. I have a goal of making a certain amount of capital within 3 years, and that will happen. That's a fun fact.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Morris. I am the Division C Director, and I am in PG County, kind of like a northwest around Lanham and a little bit south as well. A fun fact about me, I'm a very creative person, and one of my hobbies is creating graphics designs. So,
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as everybody rolls back.
Rolls up. Rolls up. There
All
you
right,
go.
so
Make
we'll
some
come back
space.
to them. Kimberly, you want to go next? I mean, Catherine. Just call it Kimberly.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Catherine Mitchell. I am Division I Director. Division I is concentrated in Southern Maryland, so I have Charles County, I have a little bit of St. Mary's, and I have Southern PG County, and I think I have a sprinkle of some DC clubs. A fun fact about me is I enjoy working out. What helps me to work out because I have such a busy life. I am a loudmouth basketball and football mom of two boys. So when I'm not doing Toastmasters, I'm at the basketball court or the football field. So I'm excited to meet everyone and excited to have a great year.
Hello, my name is Mariko Price. I'm a Division J Director. After serving area directors for 2 terms, and I'm so excited to, my responsibility is jumped to like 6 times more, but I'm so excited, and I have a nephew next to me, so, and I got trained out on my cheek. Doing A club, so I'm ready. And I'm a recreational golfer, and when the weather's nice, I'm out on the golf course. When I'm indoors, I'm a Toastmaster, so I'm happy to work with you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Deborah Jones from District 27, 220 now. Excited about that. I am helping out with I'm deputy director for Division B, working with Ms. Kathy here. I'm excited about that. Been in Toastmasters since 2003, and I'm a member of 4 clubs right now. Just excited to be here to support and to do what I can to carry this on.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Anton Vanderweit. I've been in Toastmasters for over 3 decades, so I'm one of the Toastmasters who remembers when all of this stuff was paper-based. We didn't have the internet back in the 80s. And I'm the Division E director. Division E works on the northeast and northwest part of the district. But I am a part of my club. My home club is Old Town Toastmasters in Old Town, Alexandria. And my fun fact is I have been a theater buff for over 50 years. The first musical that I ever saw was The Wiz with Stephanie Mills and Andre the Shields in the original cast. And to see that, I just saw it recently at the National 2 months ago. So to see it stand the test of time for over 50 years is a beautiful sight to see.
I wanted to be that. So since we heard from our deputy over here, let's hear from Mariko's deputy.
Hi, I'm Charmaine Narciso Yao. I'm the Deputy Director for Division G, Mariko. We both were area directors in the same division for the last 2 years, and I told her I'd follow her along because she asked me. Fun fact, I'm an event planner as I side hustle for the last 30 years. So you wanted to know how we were able to have such a beautiful send-off for District 27. I think that's part of it. Plus, we had some really good leadership right there.
Thank you, division and deputy directors. Also in the room, I want to introduce to you our public relations manager, who happens to be here to capture this event, Ty.Nichols.
Well, yes, I'm happy to serve in District 220 as a public relations manager. I'm super excited. I want to catch all the beautiful things that are happening in the district, all the things that are happening for you, your clubs, your members. I want to make sure that everyone knows it and stream it from the rooftops. You all will be in a group chat. I will be in communication with you all constantly, so you know what I'm doing. You can communicate to me what you're doing, and we can continue that synergy and make 220 super awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, Ty. A few more introductions and then we'll get started. Online, we have a fellow division director all the way from Hawaii. Come on screen, Shawnee, and say something about yourself.
Hi. Aloha.
Aloha.
I'm waiting for another hour before I wake the sun up because it's that early.
That's right.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Shawnee Stone, Division H Director, and I guess you can remember that I'm H with Hawaii. That's the easy one. Hey, Hawaii. Fun fact, I am here because this little 1.5-year-old boy, my grandson, has taken over my life. Everything revolves around him. So if not doing something with him, whether it's FaceTime or whatnot, I'm doing Toastmasters. Nice to see everyone. Can't wait.
Also online, we have one co-member of the DLC chair, Anna Oka. You want to say good morning?
Hi, everybody. Hope you are all doing well. I hope you have a great learning session, and I hope this is great bonding for all of you.
Thank you. All right. So the other code you'll hear from later, all right? Also in the room, we have Mike Onzi, who is going to be our TLI Dean for this year.
Yes, I guess I'll just give you my fun fact. My fun fact is that in my regular job, I make maps. I'm a map maker, and on the personal side, I like to map out all the District 220 clubs. I did for District 36, and so when I hear you guys talking about, oh, I think I'm here, and this, and talk about the geography, like I have it already mapped out.
Last but not least, District 36's immediate past district director, who's also our Zoom host, our set it up person, Ramu Garapati. Ramu.
Good to see you and best of luck on your journey. I'm going to be the past district director within a couple of weeks, but I love Toastmasters, that's why I'm here. I'm happy to see you grow. Back to you, ma'am.
So we're now going to get into our session. I did have another table topics activity, but I think we'll come back to it at the end for the sake of time, all right? So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Remy, if you want, if you can start sharing the screen, that'd be great. We're going to the agenda page. All right, so our goal is to make this session as interactive as possible. Feel free to ask questions and make note of things that you may want to ask us later. We'll come back to it, all right? So in front of you, there are folders in front of you, so please give us a moment. Don't open them yet. You could take out the notepad and ink pen if you need. If you don't have anything to write with. Yes?
No folders.
Okay. Okay, all right, so great. So our mission from Toastmasters, as Ramo's bringing that up, most of you know it, is that we empower.
Can I get a folder too, please?
Others, but there's an extra.
Oh, okay, so. Could I see what's in it?
Sure.
What's in the box, Johnny? Yeah.
You can use Shawnee's and give it back to her.
Later. Okay.
No, you can look at Shawnee's and we'll give it back to her. So we empower individuals to become more effective communication leaders. That is Toastmasters International's mission. And we are familiar with this, correct? Mm-hmm. But for the district level, the mission is that we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. And I feel that this is what District 220 is about, excellence. First of all, I want to applaud each and every one of you for getting here right before 10. That's excellence. That's a sign of excellence. Yes? So you're taking this seriously, which is what I truly love about this group here. But aside from the Toastmasters International's mission and the district mission, my mission for District 220 is to build a unified district. A unified district. I know we're bringing two districts together. We want to build a unified district where members are supported, leaders are developed, and clubs continue to thrive. On both sides, we have some clubs that are doing exceptionally well, and we want to continue that. And through our club growth director, our club program quality director, and you, of course, we're going to make this happen. So that's my vision, and I believe we can do that. We have a support team. You're not alone. Besides the trio, there are other individuals that will support you. Currently, we have our district finance manager, who is Sherilyn Thomas. You'll meet her later. Our admin manager, many of you know her, if you're from District 27. Jenny Vanderweit, she is going to be the admin manager. And our public relations manager you already met, which is ty.nichols. So feel free, although these individuals work closely with us, you still have access to them. Or you could go through us if you need to get to them, all right? We're not going to hog them to ourselves. As division directors, you have responsibilities. And I hope you've had the opportunity to look at the manual. Have you all looked at that manual?
Yes.
Leadership manual? All right. So let's look at this together. As division directors, your responsibilities include to conduct visits for any clubs your area directors cannot complete. What does that mean? Your area directors, we have 48 areas if you do not know. Your area directors have the responsibility of visiting clubs to check on the health of those clubs. What do they need? How can we help them? You know, how well are they doing? We may be able to get some information out of there to share with the next club or the next area or the next division. This is the reason why we make these visits, to see how we can support them. But if your area director is not able to complete his or her area, and Andrea, you know how this goes, right? Then as division director, we step in to help. And after all, it is your division. So let's not leave one club unvisited, okay? And plan to supervise 2 division level speech contests. 2 division level speech contests. What does that mean? In the fall, there's a division contest. Depending on what we will vote on when we get together as a deck, there's a fall contest. They give another one in the spring, which is always usually what? International Speech Contest. All right, so your duty is to organize those 2 speech contests. Now, of course, your area directors have their responsibilities as well to set up their area contests. Yes, sir?
With the exception of the International Speech Contest, how many of the other sanctioned contests are we projecting to support?
We will vote after the program quality director gives me her recommendations. We will bring it before the deck and then we'll vote.
Okay. Follow-up question is, in the case that we'll have one of the other sanctioned contests, at least one other outside the International Speech Contest, are both contests not meant to be performed in the spring?
At the conference.
At the conference, but as to say, will the division director be tasked to have a specific event called a speech contest in the fall?
Yes.
And one in spring as well? Okay.
Yes. Right,
Just-
those are the 2.
Just want to make that crystal clear
Mhm.
because in the years previous, as we had the requirement of, yes, the International Speech Contest, and then previously you couldn't have any district events in the fall up until about 2 years ago. I just wanted to know if we were willing to, we were making that expansion effort. But we will not have, and that's the final question, we will not have a concluding district contest for all the fall contests. The winner of the division contest at that level will continue, will go on to the annual conference in the
At the
spring.
conference, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, and Jill will talk a little bit more when she
Okay,
gets to her
that's,
section.
I'll close out for that for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, you are also responsible to hold monthly division council meeting. Who knows what that is? A division council meeting. Yes, Marika? Can you put your hand up? You know?
Yes, but the division director held monthly meeting already.
So who are members of that division council meeting?
Area directors.
Ta-da. Awesome, awesome. So that's one of your duties. This is a good place for you to find out what's going on in their areas. If they have any needs, they could bring it up at that point. And you can offer great advice to them at that. All right, you're also to attend area council meetings. So your area directors will hold their own meetings with whom? MVPs. There you go. Thank you, thank you. Okay, you all did your homework. You did your homework. You also to attend the district the district conference, which is part of what Anton was sharing earlier, but we need you there. And who knows, you may have a representative from your division competing anyway, but we do need your support. It takes everyone to run an effective conference. So please plan for it. Once we have the dates and all, block it on your calendar, right? Attend all deck meetings. Now, we will have a minimum of 4 per year, but if you will go into your folder now, there's a calendar in your folder. Feel free to pull that out. You will see the dates for those meetings. Locations are still to be determined, but we're working on that. So those deck meetings you are to attend, and we'll go a little bit deeper into who deck members are during this presentation. All right? And the other thing you're responsible to do is assist your area directors with their speech contests. And guess what? By assisting your area directors, when you do your division, they will be there for you. And then also assist each other during your contests. That's something that we all should be mindful of. All right? attend the other, I mentioned that already, attend the other division contests. So there's something that we call division success plan. That's on the district. Oh, hi.
Good morning, sorry.
No worries, no worries. The division success plan, that's where you put together your plan to make your division successful this year. There's a lot of questions in there, you complete it, and guess what? Practice it. Just like the clubs have the club success plan, areas have area success plans. You have division success plan. Guess what? Guess who else have a success plan? District has a success plan. Okay? So we'll have that, and it helps keep us accountable, something that we could go back and refer to make sure that we are on track of the things that we claim that we're going to do. So the operations, we have also operations communication. I would like to encourage you to follow a chain of communication. In other words, if your area director has a concern, they should come to you first. They really should. They should not be coming to Jill, Kimbaley, or myself. They should try to come to you first. All right? Because if they come to me, I'm going to say, have you talked to Kimbaley or Catherine or Anton? And if they say no, I'm going to say, please try that first. If you give them the pushback or you give them the go ahead, then they could come to me. But respect is very important to me. So they need to come to you first, because no one wants to get caught off guard of what's happening. Okay? And set up a meeting cadence. How often do you want to meet with your area directors? Set up that cadence and stick to it. DEC meeting expectations, you are expected to attend all DEC meetings. District Executive Committee meetings, you're expected to attend as a member of the DEC. Reporting requirement, when we get together during DEC and maybe other sessions, you are going to be expected to present a report on your division, all right? Also, the district, we don't have it yet. We will have district technology, such as a Zoom account, such as a Google account and things of that sort. Right now, we're still working on it, and we're also working on our website. Hopefully, we will have that, at least a good show by July 1st. So it's in the makings, all right? And the calendar is being put together as well. Yes, sir?
As I see the listing of the executive committee meetings, have we set a date for the district council meeting in the fall, which is where we'll approve the budget?
Right, so we'll get back to that.
Okay.
It should be in there somewhere. I know I put it in there. It may not be bolded to the point where you can see it, but it's in there. Is it September? September?
We have the executive
It's
committee.
really, that's really what that is.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to
That's
get
really
clarification.
what it is.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I appreciate the theme, and it's like I said, a key business item we have to do at that date is approve the budget for the year.
Yeah, that's really what that is.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
No worries, no worries. Now, nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. There will be times where conflict will arise. Yes? You and I may bump heads. You and your area director may bump heads. It happens. That's life. But find a way to resolve the issue respectfully. Find a way to resolve it. Talk in private. That's one that I've learned along the way. Don't just blurb the business out for everyone to get involved. Share responsibilities and agree to resolve the issue, okay? And sometimes you have to take the high road, and say, okay, you got it, and move on. Present viewpoint in an unemotional way. Let's check our attitudes. Let's check our "it's all about me" behaviors, and just be open to hear what the other has to say. It's okay. It's okay. Again, nobody's perfect. And determine points of agreement and disagreement during that conversation. Or if you need a third party, feel free to contact one of these ladies. Oh, me too. I'll call one of us and we'll come in. Now, everyone should have a mentor by now, right? Do you have mentors?
Yes.
You're right. And that's someone else that can help resolve any issue that you may have. Please use your mentors. That's why they're there, to advise you. Decide how you want to proceed on disagreements and summarize discussion in writing and move forward, because we have work to do. We cannot be in our feelings through the whole time, all right? Now, I had said to you all earlier that we'll get back to the members of the various councils. If you could go to that next slide, please. This slide, I'm really going to show this to the area directors, but I wanted you to take a look at it as well. For the area council, we have the club executive committee. And so who's close? Jill, you're right there, you can see it. There's
Well, I'm sorry.
presidents.
President, VPE, you're 7 officers, right?
Right, all of them must be there. That's your executive for the area.
Plus immediate.
Plus immediate pass, right. And then for the area council, we have the area director, we have the president, vice president of education, and VPM, vice president of membership, all right? So we have members, clubs, you know, we have the club executive committee and the area council, and we're all one big family in that very section. Now for you, division directors. I'm sorry? Oh, go ahead.
So under, on the previous slide, under the area council, is the area director supposed to identify a president, a VP, and a VPM?
The president, VP, and VPM, they're coming from the clubs.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
All right,
they're coming.
thanks.
So those are individuals that he or she meets with.
Okay.
Okay. So like you set the cadence for your meetings, they need to set a cadence
Okay.
as well. Okay. All right. So for the division directors, similarly, the division council consists of the division director and the area directors. This is where you get together and bring them up to date on information that you may gain from the district that they may not have received, contests, conferences, educational opportunities, things that we want to highlight in the district. We really need you all to help promote those items, okay? So that's the division. And then from the district council, on the right, so you all see the pink section over there. The district council, you have the DEC, the District Executive Committee, which consists of club presidents and vice president of education. Those are the, guess what? Those are the people that voted you in. Okay? All right. So we're going to work with those people. We're going to work with everyone, but we want to work with them and make sure that we're doing what we said we'd do. Now, the DEC itself, District Executive Committee, consists of district director, personal quality, club growth, public relations manager, admin manager, finance manager, immediate past district director, division directors, area directors, club president, vice president of education. And then if you look to your left in the red, that's the international level. Okay, we have the president, we have the international president, the international president-elect, first vice president, second vice president, immediate past international president. Now let me tell you, my first conference, I was confused. I was like,
That's okay.
I was confused. I'm like, yeah, the second president, vice president-elect, who's on first base? I was confused. Okay, but I'm learning now. I'm learning that, and you will too.
May I throw in something?
Yes.
So it's been a while since people have all met in person, and so the DEC meetings have been a little bit sparse. But when you include all these people, it can be a big group. And these people down here, the club presidents and the club VPEs, they probably have no clue that they're part of the DEC. That needs to be conveyed to them pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
That's all I would say. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, that's good. That's good. Yes, please make sure that they know that they are part of the DEC. So I am going to end there and ask you if you have any questions, anything that you'd like to discuss further before we move on. Yes.
I like charts. And then also you mentioned about the first and second vice president. Now I'm curious.
You know what? I am going to let our immediate past district director explain that. You want to explain that?
Yep. So, because I'm a convention junkie, I've been attending conventions for many years, so I got to have a little bit more understanding of how these roles are. So you have the international president. So the international president is the one that's for 1 year. Then you have the first vice president. So the first vice president is the one that's in line for the next year. And then the second vice president is the one that's coming after the first vice president. So we do elect 3 presidents, 3 lines of succession at the convention. So we elect our president, first vice president, and second vice president, all through a voting process.
And then there's the president-elect. Where does that person fit in?
No, the first vice president becomes the president-elect.
Okay.
Next.
Is the president, yeah.
Okay.
So
The
they've already
next year.
been, yeah, they were previously elected the previous year's Toastmasters convention. They will in turn be announced as the international president at the business meeting in Vancouver. So,
But everyone has to get voted again.
yes.
So the president-elect has to get voted again. The first president, vice president has to get elected again as the president.
Okay.
It's just a
Generally, they're running unopposed.
unopposed.
So come to the conference.
Come to the
Come to
convention,
the convention rather, I'm sorry.
In
Come to the
Vancouver.
convention so that you could be on.
in person or
Confused.
online. In person or online.
All right, any other question before we move on to the next? Yes.
Out of the people that are being elected at the conference, who is the person that's connecting with the board of directors?
At the convention?
As far as all the, just in general, as far as having, you know, Toastmasters are clubs, and then, you know, the people that we're electing into the positions, and then we have a board of directors that is kind of dictating a whole lot of things that, you know, affects us. Who is that connection between the people we're electing and the board of directors?
Okay. I'm going to ask past district director Anna if she could respond to that.
Sure. So the board of directors includes all of these individuals we just talked about. So the second vice, first vice president-elect, and the president, as well as the international directors. All of these individuals together constitute the board. Each international director is assigned to a region, of which for us we're part of Region 6, and that person represents our interests at the board meeting. So anything that is relevant to our district director feeds to the regional advisor and the international director who take it to the board and represent our causes there.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yay. So this is why you surround people around you that have the info, right? So yeah, please get your mentors, because those mentors most likely will be well-versed, as well as some of those that attend conventions all the time, Anton, and so forth. So I'm going to stop now so that we can move on to our next segment. Thank you all for being such great participants and great questions. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right,
Yes.
so, yes, sir.
Introduce Terry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you pointing at you?
I don't know.
You go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh.
One fun fact. Just
One fun fact. Okay. Hi, my name is Terry Bell Brown. I am the Division 8 elect director. And one fun fact, I don't know. I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi, and my mom is originally from a county called Madison County, and my dad is from Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans, so I am a Mississippi Creole. And I was telling my children about that fact earlier. You know, we were just talking about DNA because we did the whole ancestry, and they were like, "No, that's what you are. We are not that." And I didn't think about that. So I was like, "But you like that gumbo I make, right?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "You know when it's not right, right?" They were like, "Yeah, I said you passed the test." So.
So that means when we do have another in-person where food is allowed, she's gonna bring some gumbo. Okay, that's good to know, Terry. Thank you for that info. All right, so moving on, I am going to introduce to you our next presenter, who many of you know. Many of you know, she is the other half of the DLC co-chair. She's also immediate past district director for District 27. Distinguished.
Oh, stop.
District 27.
That's not the last one.
I almost got on stage with y'all just for the sake of it. Let me go on up here and feel this. But without further ado, fellow Toastmasters Division Directors and guests, I'd like to introduce to you DTM Annette Sanks.
All right,
good morning, good morning.
Morning, good morning.
Go ahead and pull up the slides. We'll start with the division director slide, so you can pass my name.
Last one.
It was just the next slide. Go.
Yes,
It's the
she's right
same,
behind on.
it's the same slide.
So
Yeah, it's all one deck on the.
Okay.
Just advance the slides. That'd be perfect.
There it is, number 12. All right.
Next one.
Next.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the thing. You are now division directors. Now what? You guys all have that question, right? It's a burning question. You should have had an opportunity already to kind of look over the materials that was sent to you, resources that you need, the district handbook. All of that information is entailed in there. In fact, you probably read it before you even raised your hand to be a division director. Yes? I should, Desmond, you didn't read, he's like, no, I didn't read that. Okay.
That's okay.
We're gonna do some remediation today. Okay.
Ain't hard. It's good.
So the division director is one of the most critical parts of leadership within the district. You're that bridge between the big strategy that the district has, because it has all these lofty goals for the district to achieve, the trio does. And then you have the division director. That person is the bridge between the area director conveying that big strategy that transcends to the clubs and then ultimately to the member. Because the member is the district. There is no district without the member. So we have to always keep that in mind with regards to how we lead and how we show up. My presentation is broken down into 3 sections. First, I'm gonna just go back and tell you what Gus just told you that your responsibilities. So I'm gonna break it down just a little bit further. Then we're gonna go into what it looks like to really be a leader and what that entails. And then lastly, leading with heart. And we're gonna talk about the 4 agreements and that portion of it. So, here we are. Your role, just at a quick glance, is that you're gonna be coordinating. You're gonna make sure that everything is very crystal clear to your area directors, what the expectations are, what your division goals are. You see, the area will have some goals, the club will have some goals, and the division, and of course the big district, right? But again, making those things where they fit together and people are actually continuing on their journey. Which leads me into developing. You are developing area directors to lead at the next level. You're developing club officers to also lead at the next level. So your responsibility is huge. And I want each one of you to take it seriously. It is not something that is to be entered into lightly. Leadership is very serious because we want our club members to have a good experience, and everybody has their own journey. We're respectful of that journey. And then lastly, you are champion, you're a cheerleader. You're recognizing people, you are screaming at the top of your voice, yay, I see you. Because that's what most of us want to experience, is just to be seen, our journey to be respected. And if you can help me along the way, great, but to not harm or to disrespect anyone along the way. Next slide, please. Your core responsibilities, again, we talked about guidance. You are to motivate. You are to inspire. You are to show up authentically. To meet at least monthly with your area directors.
Some club visits would be great. Again, when you look at the manual for the division director, it does not say you have to meet monthly. I would encourage you to meet monthly, because if you're not, how can you know where you are at any given point within your division? You see, the road to excellence does not start in April or May. It starts in July. Each month, you are checking in to see what the progress of the clubs are. If they need anything from you, you should be able to know from your area directors, okay, this club may need some help with retaining members. We're looking at everything across the board, membership renewals, if they're working, if they're in their pathway programs, if they're progressing in their pathway programs. There's lots of clubs out there right now that they're giving speeches every week, but they're not in the pathways. That does nothing for the club achieving a goal. You have to be in a pathway program. We talked about a little bit the division council and what that actually entails. Monthly, you can do them virtually, you can do them in person. I've seen some division directors do a little newsletter, and they basically recap everything that has happened at the big district level, convey it to their area directors, and give them the information that they need in order to succeed. We're always going to keep an eye on that DCP program. Again, we have to have measures in order to know that we're being successful, and that's how we measure ourselves. Talked about the speech contest, fall and in the spring. Right now, as division directors, you need to be expanding your network. There, in this room today, sits the district director 2, 3, 4 years from now. You may not know that that is who you are at this moment, right? Because your vision of yourself is kind of limited. But I want you to expand and know that the next D220 director is sitting in this room today. You're gonna remember me saying that. It's like, Annette told me that. I don't want you to be afraid of it. Oh, right here.
So how does the district council meeting differ from when we meet with our area directors on a monthly basis? Or is it the same thing?
You're talking about the division council?
Yep.
So the division council is one that you chair.
Okay.
The area directors chair their area one. Right? So when you have your area one, it is your area directors that are coming to you. You can open it up to any club officer, but the mandatory people are your area directors.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
And so area directors have their own council.
Right.
Division directors have their own council, and then the next level is actually the working group, which is called the district executive committee for the district, and then the district council, which is the voting machine for the district.
Okay, so it's like if I just set a regular cadence and I'm meeting with my area directors on a monthly basis, can I call that the division council meeting? Or does it need to be larger than that?
My recommendation to you is that you need to have a battle rhythm, right? Your calendar, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later in the presentation, is that you should be formulating, just like you receive the district's council. Now, based off of that, you do for your division calendar, and you'll have the dates in which you're going to be meeting with those individuals. All right. We talked about all those different things. Next slide. So the next slide talks about the road to distinguish. We talked about it a little bit. Being able to measure your successes. Just as a club is able to have distinguished status, areas can also be distinguished.
Your division can be distinguished. The divisions being distinguished is based off of how many areas that you have and clubs that are distinguished. So distinguished is simply 40% of the base of your clubs. And you cannot lose a club. So if you lose a club during your time, you need to replace it with a club. All right, so I need you guys to make a commitment now because we're division directors. What now? You need to be helping the club growth director charter clubs. You know better than anyone else in the room what is needed in your respective area geographically and where she can find some successes. It's a team effort. Select Distinguished is 45% of the club base being distinguished plus one new club. And then to get to President's Distinguished as a division, 50% of the club's base needs to be distinguished, right? Plus one new club. Again, when you get to Select Distinguished and President's Distinguished, we're expecting for you to charter clubs within your division. We're all partners, helping. All right? So, the biggest part where division directors seem to come apart in this area is broken focus. That's why you're gonna have your map. You need to start laying it out already, what it is that you're gonna do, when your speech contests are, when your division meetings are, what type of training are you gonna offer during your division meetings? Because division meeting is just not information that you're sharing. You're actually training this next group of leaders, right? Your goal is to reach down and grab as many as you possibly can and take them along with you. Again, club health, club growth, all of that makes a healthy division. Okay, next slide.
As far as if you have clubs within your footprint that are suspended, when it comes to the distinguished, is that considered a new club because it's now being reactivated? How does that work?
It has to be out for 2 periods. So just say, for instance, a club that was suspended this past April, if they renew in the fall, it's not a new club. It's just a club that is it is now in good standing. But for 2 periods, if they are not have the base membership that they need to have, then it is a club that is lost, and you can recharter the club. Yeah. Any other question? Okay, we're gonna move on. Talking about some of the skills that you need. All of this information is found on the Toastmasters International website. These are soft skills that we all have. You're gonna need to come up with your division success plan. You're gonna need to help your area director with their area success plan. And of course, the area director is helping who with theirs? The clubs. At each level, a success plan is required now to even be considered to compete in the distinguished category. It used to be just the district had to have this plan. Now, Toastmasters is weaving that strategic planning in at every level. Some clubs were already there, and those are the clubs that will be distinguished and presidents distinguished every single year because they know what to do. Your goal is to get the other clubs to come and play with those clubs. Get those clubs to do some mentoring for you, yeah? Characteristics of a division director: integrity, integrity, integrity. It really matters. It really matters. Showing up, being able to put yourself in another person's shoes, right? We're not at the same level and at the same space. We have to meet people where they are. You have to be genuine. People will follow people that are genuine and that know that
you have their best interest at heart. We want you to be knowledgeable. We want that commitment, that passion. Be that conduit of information that connects them to the resources that they need in order to do their job. Your job is not to do your area director's job. Your job is to lead them to the resources to help them be the best area directors that they possibly can be. Next slide, rhythm of the role, because it's, okay, great. You're gonna be expected as a division director to attend 4 executive meetings. Every quarter, there's an district executive committee meeting. We expect you to be there and bring along your area directors. You can be re-elected for 1 term. So say, for instance, you're having so much fun this year, yay! I want to do this again, right? You can be re-elected. Of course, you have to recompete with the people that are out there, but you can. And then 2 district council meetings a year, usually 1 in the fall, August, September timeframe, and then the second one being the annual business meeting that comes along with our conference. We expect you to be there. We expect you to regularly check in with the district director, with your program quality director, with your club growth director, because this is a partnership at the strategic level that you guys are forming together. They're not walking in alone, you're not walking in alone. It is a team. We know teamwork, right? There's no I in team. And when we all collectively work together, we can achieve so much more. You are to lead and to inspire and to support. Stay connected with each and every area director every month. Check in, phone call, text message, email, something. See them. Develop leaders so that your success, it outlasts your time as a division director. Yeah, we can do this. All right, next slide, please. We want to talk a little about leading people. We're in part 2. I'm going to start rushing through this a little bit. We'll give you the slides. But mentorship, we talked a little bit about that. It is so important for you to have someone that you respect, that is more knowledgeable than you, that can check in with you, and most importantly, somebody is going to be honest with you that says, guess what, Andrea, I think that we should take a look at this, right? You're not doing it in a way to hurt the person, but to further grow and develop somebody that's going to be honest with you, that you can check in when you're having those difficult times. Servant leadership means that you are serving others and not yourself. When we do things, it is not to benefit us. It should be to benefit other people. Your district director, your program quality director, your club, they didn't volunteer to do this because, I want to shine the light on myself. No, they want to genuinely help this district and every member to achieve the success that they would like to achieve. My journey is different than yours. Yours is different than hers. Jill's is different than Charmaine's, right? All of us are on a different path. We need to also build trust. Your word matters. If you say that you're going to do something, do it. My grandparents couldn't even read or write or sign their own name, but they were people that you could trust. If they said they were going to do something, if they owed something, it was paid back in full. I want you to be that type of leader, that people know that they can trust you. If they come to you with a sensitive issue, it is not your job to go out and tell everybody else, oh, she did. No, trust. And once that trust is violated, it's a wrap. It is hard to establish trust again. So be a trustworthy leader. Be a team player. Not a person that wants that light always shine on them. Shine the light on other people. Shine it so brightly that they have to wear sunglasses. They're like, yes, this is good stuff. And then last, leading through difficult times. Next slide. Our incoming district director talked a little bit about, you can go through, I've talked about all these things, all right? Be intentional, coach, servant leadership, building trust, listening actively. All right, here we go, teamwork. The shared vision. You know what your role is as a division director. You're that strategic conduit to the area directors, which they have that direct line to the club. We're gonna stay in our lane. It is not your job to go inside of the club and say, this is what you need to do. No, that is for their executive committee and their club officers and the area directors to work out. We can identify things that we could say potentially that could make it stronger, but most importantly, we want to make sure that we stay in our lane and that you communicate, not only with your words, but with your ears. Listen to people. Don't be so defensive that you have your answer already made up in your head and you're not even listening to what the person is saying. Be intentional with the listen. We have 2 ears for a reason. We listen more than we speak. Next slide, please. All right, and now, leading through difficult times, we talked about that a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you again, because it's gonna come up, is that you need to stay calm. You communicate in a way that is clear and with candor. You focus on only the things that you can control. Things that are outside of your control, we don't even need to worry about. I mean, it is futile effort to be even thinking about things that are outside of your scope of control. You want to support those struggling clubs because we do have them. You need to ask for help when you need some help, because all of us, me, everybody in this room at one time, we're gonna need help. And then you're gonna be the model of resilience. Even though you make a mistake, it's okay. Dust yourself off, you get back up and you try it again. Always be that person when you walk in the door. Remember the champion, the cheerleader? You got this, I know you can do this. Next slide, please. Positivity is the key. All right, we talked about these things: mentor, serving, trustworthy, teamwork, and perseverance, right? Lead the numbers by leading the people behind the numbers, right? That's how we're gonna get to a distinguished district. This is our inaugural year. We're gonna do big things. This trio and its leaders have a lot of things planned for you. And then finally, if you could just grant me just 3 minutes, we're gonna talk about leading with heart, because this is really my leadership style, is that everything should be done in a spirit of care, in a spirit of love, in a spirit of I see you and that you matter. On my bathroom mirror every morning when I wake up, I see the sign. It says that you matter. And I want each and every one of you in this room to know that you matter. I need for you to lead in a way when you go out into the district with heart. Next slide. So be impeccable with your words. If your words are not building and inspiring, they should not be spoken. Even when you're evaluating, we get evaluation in club meetings, right? They're done in a spirit to build you up, to build your confidence and never to tear down. When you start tearing down, it takes so much more to build a person back up. Secondly, don't take anything personally. All of us, we're so easy to do that. And what does that do? It actually takes away from you as an individual, because it's not about you. When a person comes at you and says, you know, that speech sucked. It was not about you. It is about them and their own insecurities. So again, don't let people take you outside of your pocket. So don't take it personally. Okay, I appreciate that. You keep moving. Assumptions. I know you guys have heard that thing that says when you assume something, you make an ass out of you and me. It is true, but we're not going to make assumptions based off the way that a person dresses
or way that a person speaks, we are making our decisions off of the behavior of what that person has actually demonstrated to you. And then lastly, always do your best. I believe in greatness. I believe in you. I believe that with every goal and opportunity, you have an opportunity to be successful. Do your best. Show up. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Annette. Oh my gosh, another round of applause. My mind is somewhere else right now because I am grateful to this lady and the other one online. And I'm sure Ramu could tell you how hard it is to secure a full division and almost a full area. These ladies have won big
of the people in this room, phenomenal leaders.
Oh my God.
And share the great news. We have 49 areas. 45 of the areas are complete.
A full. I've never seen that happen. I'm sure Ramu's feeling like, where were you people?
And I could just this is a really big thing that they have done.
Yes.
Because I have a friend in another district, and she said that they still need all of their area directors. They were having a very this is like 2 days ago. They were still having a very difficult time trying to get our counterparts, division directors, because they don't have any buy-in. And then when I was telling her about all of our trainings and all of the things that we are already doing, even before the end of June, she's like, wow, you all are light years ahead. And that's what she said. So this is, it's real. Like, what it may just seem like easy, you know, we are privileged. That's the word I'm looking for. We are in a privileged position because there are other places that are not.
They're not making
nowhere near where we are.
Yes, and I've talked to my counterparts in other divisions, and they're like, "Stop playing." I'm like, "I will show you the numbers." So again, Annette, Anna, thank you so much. We're going to take a quick 5 minutes break.
Yes.
Grab your pizza, come back, and the next voice you will hear is our program quality director.
First step right now is working effectively with area directors, okay? And the first slide, if you want to know what it says setting expectations. What are the area director's responsibilities? How clear is everybody on that? Do you know what your area directors are supposed to be doing? I see a lot of heads going up and down.
Yeah.
Shout them out. What kind of things do the area directors need to do?
Club visits.
Okay, one thing. Oh, I heard Desmond, what?
Club visits.
Club visit reports.
Twice a year.
Reports too. Okay, good. And how many a year?
2.
At least 2. That's right. What do they do at the club visit when they go?
Just view the club, see what they're doing, things that could be improved, talk to the president, VP.
Okay.
That's what I did when I was the area director.
All right. And you probably found some areas where they could improve, places that they were already doing really well. Excellent. You ever did you ever use that opportunity to install new officers?
I did. Actually I did, yes. I did.
Okay, that's an excellent thing to consider for an area director who is going to their first meeting, and it could happen right away. They don't have to wait until they get access to their club visit reports. If that doesn't happen on July 1, they can still go, take notes, and then put that information in their notepads or whatever they're using to be able to go back and say, oh, on July 3rd, I went to XYZ Club. I saw this, that, and the other, and it was really good, but it could have been better this way. And that gets put into the report at that point. Now, Kathy, you said something too. What did you suggest for an area director responsibility?
I said the same thing as Desmond.
Okay, do
But
we have?
I can
okay.
give you something
Please
else.
do.
So planning the area contests.
Area contests, that's right. So that means that the area directors need to know if the clubs are having their contests. And the area directors need to be able to talk to the clubs to ensure that they are really planning contests and planning to give you the contestants that are going to move up to the area level, right? After the area contest, what is their next responsibility regarding the contest? Anybody?
They need to report that back to us.
That's right, they're going to bring it up so that U.S. division directors know what you're going to be, who's going to be in your contest, and you need to be able, of course, just like them, get your judges together and all your contest officials. Excellent. All right. That's still not my slides, so we're going to keep moving. And so what are your goals for your team? Has anybody thought about that? Terry, tell me a goal for your team.
Well, my goal for the team is to get them to visit their clubs within the first 30 days.
Good.
And make that attempt, and then just to get the assessment to me, because we are in a transition and in change management, you really want to make sure that you let the people know that they have a resource. So I want them to go out immediately, and then that gives them the opportunity to go back out again within the same period. And then I wasn't sure if we were going to be having speech competitions, so they need to definitely get used to them. Well, not one, but two. So they definitely need to get acclimated. So one meeting, one time is not going to be enough. So I want them to meet early and often, and I want to try to make them shoot from 1 to 3 meetings within a reporting period. So that's
Oh, wow, okay, all right, that's interesting. Asking your area directors to go there maybe 3 times in each round 1 and round 2.
And not necessarily in person, and virtually. And then I too myself plan on visiting my clubs in person. So I pulled a list of all of the clubs and the meeting times and dates, and I put them down on a list for when they're gonna meet within that 30-day period. I didn't go beyond that because I don't want that to be an option, so that they can focus. And then after they visit, I'm gonna follow up with my visit, because I want them to meet their area director before they meet me.
Okay, that's excellent, thank you very much. While we're on that subject then, we were talking about club visit reports, and I said tell your area directors to scribble it down if they can't get in and do their report right away. I would recommend that as division directors, as you're dropping in, do the same. You never know when you might have to come back later and give that club visit report, because, hey, tell us about it, Ty. How many times did you have to go and do somebody else's club visit report?
Dozens.
Yeah. I had a few like that this past year as well. All right, so we've heard from Terry. We also heard earlier from Annette that everybody's on a different journey. Everybody has different goals all the way around this room. We all are working towards something different. Does anybody else have some other idea that they want? What is their vision for their division? Well, I like that vision for the division.
Let's start with the basics. I think she was talking to, I forgot your name. Kimbaley. Now I won't forget it. But talking to Kimbaley, just saying that I want my division to start with the basics, right? Pathways is one of the basics, so let's start with that. So that's what I've been conveying to the area directors already, and I'm actually meeting on a weekly cadence with my team.
All right, excellent, okay. So that's good, and both of you have provided my next question was about how do you measure success? And we heard from Terry, we heard from Desmond. They have actual ideas of, he's gonna meet on a weekly basis. She's gonna be counting how many, 3 club visits in each round. Cool, these are good. Now, now I've lost it. So when we are looking at how we're measuring that and what our visions are for our divisions,
then I want you all to think about how you will be able to measure that success. And you're going to convey that vision to your area directors. That's the way it happens. If they don't get it, what you see in your head doesn't automatically transfer to theirs. You need to actually give them specific guidelines, maybe even milestones, maybe some deadlines. Do whatever you need to do to make sure that they know what's going on and what you want them to get done. All right, so our next slide that we don't see is, who are your area directors? I know I talked earlier to Mariko. She hasn't met all of her area directors yet. Has anybody met all of their area directors? Woo! You are very lucky. Like Terry said, you are privileged. Most of us never knew who these people were until we were told, oh, your area director is blah, 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 blah. So what are you going to do to rectify that?
I mean, if I can give a suggestion, it would be, what I did was create a chat with everyone, so we all can have communicated already. Then I created a, I'm testing out, I don't want to use Zoom like everyone else is using, but I've been testing out Microsoft Teams. So we had a team chat on Wednesday. So moving forward, every week we're going to do that. And in addition to that, I don't know if this is even possible, so I'm going to throw it out here right now. As far as the installation of club officers, I'm going to try to do a division one, where everyone comes to chat, and I just do the introduction of, installation of everyone. I don't even know if it's possible, but we're going to try it this year and see what happens.
Interesting. Okay. And all ideas are good. I think that we want to just go ahead and give it a try, see how things go. You'll learn along the way whether or not things can actually happen that way. So you need to know. You need to get to know your area directors. And again, they're on their own journeys, right? And they may have very different ideas of what the job entails. So you need to be able to pass that on and share that with them. And then you need to get to know them. I'm not sure how much you can get to know somebody online. You can talk to them and you can go back and forth with emails, but sometimes meeting them face to face makes all the difference. And when you do that, you need to learn what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses. Everybody's got some of both. And not everybody is like, I was born to be the area director. I know exactly everything. No, we have all different areas that we're going to bring, strengths that we're going to bring to the job, and areas that we're not going to be so good about. And I don't know how, Ty, does that mean what does that mean? I have like 2 minutes left?
You got 6 minutes left.
Oh, thank you. Okay, good enough. All right, well, I'm trying to keep it shorter. So, while you're thinking about this, think about what your strengths and your weaknesses are. Because again, you may not have been born into the division director role, and you may have areas that you want to get better at. Be very self-aware whenever you can. Be aware that you have areas that you need your team to support you in. Where you're not as strong, maybe they can dovetail and fit in better with you. I know that sometimes your strength is your weakness. Let me share you that one of my strengths, I am emotional. I am emotional because I care, because I really want to make sure that everybody's happy and that we're getting things done. What's my weakness? I am emotional, and that isn't always good. Everybody in the room who knows me pretty well knows that that's true. You might find that you've got some similar issues that you want to work on and you want to be aware of. You may not ever be able to change them, but you might be able to adjust and modify. All right, so how do you communicate with your area directors, and how do they communicate? I have been pulled grudgingly toward texting messages for so many different things. I'm all about, oh hey, this looks like one of my slides. Thank you. Good. Anyway, So, yes, when I communicate, I'm like, I'll email, I'll give people some, maybe 24 hours, 48 hours to get back to me. But I have a lot of other people who are like, we text, and that's how we get through fast to people. And I've had to learn to adjust, and that's something I do. But I also do think that I can set some boundaries, and you might want to do the same with your area directors. Let them know maybe that you will only call in the fire department and the emergency services when it really is an emergency. But also to be able to say, well, you know, we have a regular meeting, let's do that, so you can share all your content with me at that point. So talking about regular meetings, I think, Kathy, you brought it up, and I wanted to just make sure that everybody understood. When you're going to meet monthly with your area directors, my assumption and my idea of that is that it's as a group, okay? You might be on emails, or you might be texting them every single day. That doesn't count for the monthly cadence. The monthly cadence is when you can get all of them together in a room, whether it's a physical or a virtual room, so that they can share ideas with each other and build their relationships with each other as well. It's not just that they're making a relationship with you. They need to become best buddies with the rest of the team, the rest of the division council, and to understand when somebody needs help, I'm going to need a contest master at my contest. I'm going to need this, that, and the other. They're there to help each other. And this is what we're trying to do with all these different councils, all these different levels. We're trying to build networks that help each other function and get things done. I love the idea of a newsletter. That's a great way to put together something where everybody can see the same thing. Hopefully you're getting that information out there earlier with the when you're having your monthly meetings, but the newsletter can be a written version of it, and that's a great idea. All right. Excuse me. Could you go back one, Ramu? All right, we've talked about that. How are you going to celebrate success? We've discussed how you measure success. How are you going to celebrate it? Any ideas?
Put it in the newsletter.
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, all right. You want to acknowledge people when they have done what they were supposed to do. You want to say, attaboy, you're doing great. That doesn't necessarily come with attaboy, but. No, it's you've done a great job. You might then have that but discussion with them on the side. It's not something you're going to bring out there in the open, but praise in public. Whenever you can say, thank you to my area director who got all this done, do it. Let the clubs know that their area directors are leaders in their area. Let them know that they are the ones who are making things happen, and they will continue to help make things happen. All right, next one, Ramu, thank you. So this is, what can I do for you? And what can you do for me? So this is just a whole laundry list of not everything that falls under the PQD department, but these are the things that I want you to be aware that we are going to be, I'm going to be contacting you. We're going to be talking about very important events. These contests are coming up. These officer trainings are coming up. By the way, when is the next officer training being given by District 220, 3620, 220? You got part of that.
26.
That's right, June 26th. It will be online, and it is the final TLI for District 36 being wrapped up with District 220. So please be there. TLI, pardon me? Well, those are others under District 27. So District 27, if you haven't heard, one is happening right now, and another one is on June 27th. our people can go to all of these. We will be tracking these trained people for the upcoming district. But right now it's all separate until the website's set up, until everything is ready the portal is available for us to enter that information. Okay, so training, fall conference and spring conference. Antoine, you asked about the fall conference. Yes, we're looking to have a fall conference. It will not include a contest, okay? The contests for the fall will go, the winners of the division will be presented, and the contest will be presented at the spring conference along with the international speech contest. And as said earlier, we will be voting on what contests are suggested at the DEC meeting. So be there. You got to vote. Spring conference, we're looking at, I think the date might actually be on there. And yes, Antoine.
So that means we're going back to the fall event being called the conference.
Summit.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to make sure vocabulary is clear, because when this is before our time here, when everything was focused on having one conference, the annual conference in the spring, no events were in the fall. Then, as other districts felt that battle rhythm was necessary, pre-COVID into post-COVID, then there was if you read in the rule book, it is a fall event. So that's why I'm trying to avoid any conflict.
Well, I apologize if I misspoke. I guess it's a summit. Okay. And I will try to change that in my vocabulary as well. So, spring conference, however,
yes.
We're looking at making it perhaps even longer. We're thinking more 3 days. We'll see how that works. And we will, we're obviously going to keep you up to date, and you can keep your area directors up to date. All right, so then we have special training, I'll get back to that, and educational goals tracking. That's what I'm going to be doing along with my team. We're going to be acknowledging people. We're going to be doing incentives to help people reach their educational goals. We're going to have a new member orientation person who has something we have already been doing this past year, and someone who will be involved in pathways instruction as well. So going back to the special training, I have already started to put together some training ideas, but I want to hear some of your ideas. I don't think we have very much time because that red light's been on for a while. So I'm going to ask you all to get back to me.
Training for what? I'm so sorry.
Well, let me finish what I'm saying. I would like for you all to get back to me. I have an email address which doesn't show here, and it's not going to be my permanent email address, but for now, jill.vanderweit@district36.org. When we have a new alias, you'll be the first to know. But no, please don't go yet, Ramu. Okay, so going back to the special training, I have already put together a video of how to do club success reports. And that's one of the ways I'm thinking that we can get information out to that demographic who does not want to read, who does not want to go to special workshops, who does not want to go to trainings. And I'm going to do one on contest oversight. I'm going to do one on club success plans. These will be 2 to 5 minute videos, and they'll be brief, fast, simple tutorials like you would get off of YouTube. That's my plan for that, but there are other possible workshops that we might be doing, and I want to know from you what kind of training you think is important. Go ahead, Lisa.
I've gotten some feedback from my area directors, and there has been a request for club coach training, and there has been a request for parliamentary procedures.
Interesting. I cannot teach parliamentary procedures. I can start right out there and I say, that's going to be somebody else.
We do have expertise within the district that can do that.
Of course.
In Boston, there are 2 people that are part of the NAP, the National Association of Parliamentarians, and they are trainers. I am a member, but they are trainers, and they did a really good presentation
Excellent.
On my first club visit, so I can pass those names on.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Club coach training. You can tell them right away that there is a club coach module. It resides on their personal Pathways portal, the Basecamp Manager. It's right next to the Basecamp. Club coach module, that is the first place that they should go to learn more about club coaching, and whether they are a club that needs a coach or whether they want to be a coach, that's their first stop, because a club that wants to get a coach must also do the module as well as the club coach who is assigned to that club. And I don't see Kimbaley, oh, there she is. That will be Kimbaley's department as far as club coach, but I can work with her and we can figure out a way to ensure that more information comes out on it. I am done, thank you very much.
As we heard our district director-elect say earlier, we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Let's talk about growth. Can someone raise their hand and let me know whose responsibility growth is? Okay, Anton?
Each club member and club leaders.
That is true. Growth is all of our responsibilities. If we are not growing, Toastmasters will cease to exist, and we don't want to talk. We don't want that to happen. So let's talk about the growth ecosystem. The growth ecosystem is member retention. That means keeping our members. Member addition, adding new members to our clubs. Club retention, keeping our clubs, and new club growth. Next slide, please. All of these things are important and all of these things matter, so we're going to get into that now. But I want you all to know that the very first thing that you should be doing right now is creating a growth plan and strategy. Has anybody started thinking about some of the things that they would like to implement this year as a division director? Oh yes, Terry, we heard a lot of wonderful ideas from you. This is the time to do it. And so right now what I'm going to help you do is to establish a growth plan and strategy. First thing that you should do is analyze the current state of the division. Right now you should be talking to the division director that is in place right now, the area directors, or anybody that is familiar with your division. And start talking to them about some of the things that help them, some of the things that they would like to grow from or they wish they could have done. And I'm going to say conduct a SWOT analysis. That is your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and threats. What was the division strong at the previous year? What are some of the weaknesses? And I don't like the word weaknesses, so we're going to call them challenges. What were some of the challenges that you can expect throughout your term as division director? What are some of the opportunities? Maybe there were some places in the division that some things could have been done that could have led to some growth. Or what things are, what could have threatened the division? What threats are the division looking at? And you want to look at your current clubs. What clubs are currently going through challenges? So you want to do that not just on the clubs, the division. You want to do it on your leadership that is incoming, the leadership that left out. You want to do it on your communication methods, your membership, and the club health, overall club health. So what you're going to do is you're going to set a vision. You're going to set goals, because if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So what you want to do is you want to develop a vision, define measurable goals, because when you set the tone for your division, then your area directors, your team will follow through with that. But you want to have something that you can focus on, an overall focus and goal that you can achieve at the end of the year. And make sure that that is about goals for retention, new members, club retention, and bringing in new clubs. Then you want to develop strategies. This is the fun part. Thinking about things that you can do to make things better. And share these things with your team
so that they can also know what the vision is and help you follow through with that vision. You want to engage and implement. Engagement starts with you. We're going to get into that in a moment, but communicate on a regular basis with your team. Provide training for them right here in the very beginning. Celebrate their achievements, and you want to do things that engage them. Host fun events. Meet outside of Zoom sometimes. Like go out somewhere, have fun a little bit, and then talk about business. And you also want to monitor your success. Monitor what's happening, your goal, your plan. You may have to readjust at some point over time. So make sure that you're looking at your goals and visions on a regular basis and readjust when necessary. Next slide, please. Retention. This is the most important part because it is easier to retain a member than it is to bring in a new member. Likewise, it's easier to retain a club than to build a new club. So what you want to do is you want to keep the members that you already have. And the reason why is because once you have these members that are happy and satisfied, then you don't have to go out and find other people. This is not saying that you should not be recruiting members. This is saying make sure we take care of what we already have. What makes you, Jill, stay as a member? Sorry. Sorry. Let me move on. Let's see. Deborah, what makes you stay as a member?
Well, I know when I came into Toastmasters, I was extremely shy, introverted, afraid of my own shadow. I was not the Toastmaster of the day completely over. I did not complete my icebreaker the first time. I was so terrified. I came back 3 weeks later, and I decided this is what I need to do because I'm tired of being afraid of my shadow. I have a lot to say, but I'm afraid to say it. And I just want to, I'm so passionate about it because I want to help somebody else who is in the position that I was in. And that's why I keep coming back. Not just because I feel like, okay, I've reached the, and I thought when I first joined Toastmasters, check the box. I join, I get better, I leave. That was my thought when I first joined. But no, Toastmasters is forever. You can never learn, stop learning. Forever learn, forever Toastmasters.
You heard it from Deborah. It's the value that made her stay. Now let me tell you this little funny story about me. I don't know if you know it or not, but Wendy's used to do this thing where they had the little frosty keychains. You spend a couple of dollars and you get you a keychain. And so I had one year and I kept going to the Wendy's, and every time I go to the Wendy's they said the ice cream machine is down. So I was mad. Each time I went looking for that frosty. So after a while, you know what happened? I stopped going. I went to another Wendy's. And that's what happened when our members come in and they feel like they're not getting any value, they're not going to come back. So the most important thing to do is to make sure that the why that each member signed up for, and this reminds me of, I'm a Southern girl and we used to have this little, they said this thing about relationships. The same thing it took to get your baby, you got to do to keep your baby. The same thing that we do to get our members, we have to continue to do that thing to keep our members. So we have to make sure that our meetings are quality. We have to make sure that we recognize our members. We have to make sure that we have their goals in mind and help them achieve those goals, because otherwise they would have no reason to come back. So this is some of the things that we need to be more mindful and cognizant. Well, we need to be more mindful, I'm getting a little tongue twisted, but we need to be mindful of those things. Are we keeping our members happy? And these are the things that you need to talk to your area directors about. And you set the tone. Engagement starts with you. We heard earlier that Desmond, he's already connecting with his area directors. At this moment, you should be connecting with your area directors. Let them know that you're here for them. right in this moment before things even get started. So the engagement starts with you. Your regular division council meetings, meeting with them on a regular basis, making sure that they're not just going out doing area directors. You have to go out and visit these clubs sometimes for yourself. When my area directors went out into the club to do visits, there were times that I would be side by side with my area director at that club meeting to let them know we're a strong force, we're a strong team. You're engaging with the team that you have, because if you take care of your team will take care of you. And it's the same thing with your areas, it's the same thing with the clubs. If you let your clubs know that you're there for them, if you show up at their open houses and the meetings that they have, then they will support you with anything that you need. So make sure that you're engaging and connecting. It's not just the area director's responsibilities to go out and engage with the club. It's part of your responsibility too, so that you can have a united front, as you heard our incoming district director talking about today, that united front. So here's some engagement strategies, and I'm gonna run through these really fast. You serve as a liaison between the club and the districts. So not only should the area director know what is going on in the clubs, you should also know your clubs. You should know their members. You should know their struggles. You should encourage mentorship and recognition. One of the things that I did is I sent out an email. You know, I'm not fancy with the newsletters and stuff, but I sent out an email every month. I talked about what was happening in the division, and I talked about the things that were going great, celebrated clubs and members, and I also let them know things that were coming up that they needed to know. But that too is engagement and connecting with your club. So make sure that your clubs are having events too. Talk to your area directors. Let them know that the club should be having events. Encourage them to engage with their team. I know you may have heard twice a year, but it should be more than that. They should be meeting with their area councils more than twice a year. And you too should attend some of those meetings, okay? And you also want to, so I'm saying encourage at least 4 times a year, but that's at least. Next slide, please. So engagement is the foundation of retention. So let's talk about member addition. So you want to encourage your area, to encourage the clubs to bring in new members, to host open houses and guest days. You can also host a division-wide open house, especially in person. That's a lot of fun. Also, you can leverage on the membership campaigns. Talk Up Toastmasters, Beat the Clock, those campaigns. Do things during those times in the division to help bring in new membership in the club. Tell everybody to invite a friend, invite a guest, invite a colleague. Use social media and community outreach. We have our PR relations, we have our PR manager here, public relations manager here, and reach out whenever you have flyers. Send them to your PR manager. That's what I used to do. The area directors would send the information, or the clubs would send the information to me, and I would have those things posted through our PR manager. So align your messages with what people are in Toastmasters for. So when you're talking to them, make sure instead of saying, we want you to join, find out what their why is, why they need to be here, and align your messaging with that, their goals. Everybody wants to know what's in it for me. So let them know from the front when you're first talking to them. Keep websites current. This is something that, this is a pet peeve for me. Make sure that you talk to your area directors about this, and not only that, you check on it too. One thing that brought me into Toastmasters was a beautiful website where it looked like everybody was connected. So every club should have a functional, up-to-date website. So make sure that this is something that you start talking about in the very beginning. And don't just take somebody else's word for it. Check it out for yourself. Next slide, please. Club retention.
this is something that I am very passionate about. We want to get into those clubs that are having challenges before they need resuscitation or before they need life support. We want to get in there early. So you all are my eyes and ears for these clubs. So if the things that I want you to watch for, if you see the membership dropping and it's dropped below 13, or the meeting attendance is low, or officer vacancies, who submitted officer lists, who has a full team of officers, let us know that. If they're stagnant in their pathways program, these are all red flags to let us know that, because we're depending on you to know what's happening before it happens. So make sure if you see any of these signs, or if you just know that something is not right, let us know as soon as you see it. And these are the clubs that you want to start visiting more. Spend more time with these clubs, because what I have seen is that when you are spending more time with these clubs, it motivates them. It pushes them. It lets them know somebody's watching me, somebody's paying attention, they support me. So make sure that when you see this, you are visiting these clubs more. Make sure if they need mentors, you assign those mentors and support them, and plan membership campaigns to help those clubs. Next slide, please. Oh, dues renewals. Dues should not feel like a bill. So your members should not hear from you when it's almost time to pay dues. And you have to be mindful of what you say. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know, so you want to make sure that you send multiple reminders, because some people do forget. So it's like, reminder, the reason that you're here in Toastmasters is to grow, and let them know why they're here. And let them know this is just a friendly reminder that dues are renewed, coming up, renewals are coming up soon, and you don't wait until the time. This is the time that you make sure that everybody knows, because if they don't know, they don't know. So make sure they know, and don't wait till the last minute, and make it easy for them to renew. I've seen times where people had a whole lot of issues trying to renew their dues, or a whole lot of issues with signing new members on because they did not know how to do it. But please, when we're going to give these slides to you. I want you to read over this correctly. It has best practices up here, but be mindful. Next slide, please. New club growth. So I want everyone to challenge every area director to grow a new club. Everybody, you heard it here first. And I have a QR code up there. There's a form that if you hear about an opportunity for a new club, you can just go to that form and you can put the information in there, and we will follow up on that. So opportunities for building new clubs, look in your community, the corporations, the government agencies. Also make sure that community and faith group, a lot of times some of your churches, and professional associations, universities, and schools. And if you scroll down, is my email address up there on that slide? Next slide. Okay, so in conclusion, engagement drives retentions. Make sure that you stay connected with your team, your clubs, your members, growth, and with the division. Most importantly, growth thrives when every pillar is strong. Retain, add, retain clubs, and expand. Division directors are the champions. We heard Annette say that. You are the champions of healthy clubs and new opportunities. Use the available resources and mentors, we heard that again, to support your efforts. Start building your division growth plans today. And you have my email address right there if you need to contact me for any reason. Do we have any questions at this time? Anyone?
Excellent. And that's the team. Thank you, Kimbaley. Thank you, Jill. Well done, ladies. And I don't know, Jill, when I was out, I don't know if Jill mentioned to you, area director club visits between July 1 and August 31.
Yes.
That's the window we're looking for. We know what TI said. District 220 was between July 1 and August 31. And then we'll take it from there. Okay? Same thing for the club success plan. July 1, August 31. All right? And we're all going to follow up because we want to make sure that every club is taken care of. And if we put that little window there, that's how we'll know who needs the help. Okay? So that's the reason behind that. So well done. And Kimbaley shared with you about the renewals. That's coming down the line. But you'll be hearing a little bit more. I had a few more things to do, but I'm going to wrap this up because of time. In your folders, there's the 30-day plan. I know some of you started filling it out already. That's good, but take it home at this point, okay? Fill it out, email, call me if you have any questions, call one of the TRIO members, and we can help you complete the rest of it. But use it and take it seriously, because this is how you're going to set yourself up for this first 30 days. And then of course there's a 90 and so on and so on. But let's look at your first 30, okay? Let's work on that. So in your first 30, you need to meet with all your area directors, review your club health. I know you don't have that info yet, but it's coming. Establish communication cadence with your area directors, schedule division council meetings, and identify priority clubs. You may not see those clubs yet, but is coming too, all right? So that's your first 30 days. Spend some time and work on that. So in closing, I'd like to encourage you to recognize your area directors. They are dependent on you to give them that atta girl, atta boy, so they could continue doing the work. That's important. No one wants to do the work and everybody just glazes over them. You know, lift them up. Because you too want to get lifted. I'm going to recognize you, trust me. I'm going to recognize you. So I expect you to do the same, all right? Celebrate club achievements. If clubs in your area, or your divisions are doing so well, recognize them. You know, build engagements and morale. Build engagement and morale. Create a culture of appreciation. That goes back to the recognize. You want to appreciate those that serve with you, even at the club level. Recognize them, all right? So the last thing, Brad, we could go to that last slide because I really like that slide. Let's spend some time on it. But that's the thank you slide. But what I want to ask each and every one of you as we prepare to leave is think about this, and you can talk to each other on your way out. At the end of this term, when June 30th, 2027 comes around, and you look at yourself and you look at the year. This is you today looking to the end. What legacy would you like to leave as one of District 220's inaugural division directors? What legacy? Let that answer help you get to where you need to go. Do you want to be known as, I'm going to use a division that doesn't exist. Do you want to be known as Division Z that was had 100% club visits, 100% club success plan submitted, renewals up the chart, club growth up the chart? Is that you? And if that's you, write it down. Write it down, write it down, write it down. Okay? So that's all we have. Thank you all again for serving. We are so looking forward to this year and working with you. Thank you. That image actually claps. That's the only reason why I wanted it.
So it's animated.
It does this.